I think that migration is really used as a tool of smoke to overshadow the actual issue. My name is Audrey Sampson. I'm part of the duo Fraud, a critical technical practice that explores how modes of power travel through physical and networked and cultural spaces.
My name is Frank Lardo. I work with Audrey Sampson in the duo Fraud.
My name is Btihaj Ajana. I work as a senior lecturer at the Department of Digital Humanities at King's College. In recent years, I have been working on the interplay between technology, migration, and border control.
Eurovision. It examines the entanglements between migration and surveillance technologies and the various factors that come into play within this discourse. We traveled to Morocco mainly to interview various stakeholders in the issue of migration and technology. So we interviewed lawyers specialized in human rights, NGOs, also journalists. And we then traveled to Tangiers to look at the areas where refugees had been living or leaving. Then we also looked at where the boats were traveling to and from. Something that surprised us is that the extraction of phosphate in the Western Sahara and the self-determination of the people of Western Sahara and the free trade zones are actually very key factors that are not usually discussed when one speaks of migration and surveillance.
We conducted a workshop recently whereby we did a mapping exercise with students from King's College, from diverse departments at the college. And the aim was to incite students to think about the flow of migration, not only in terms of people moving from one place to another, but also look at how money flows with people in terms of the lucrative industry of security and border surveillance.
So it was very interesting for us to see how migration or migrants were almost pawns in this such much larger question of extraction and extraterritorialities.
Certain bits of what's the bigger picture of surveillance technologies, the political, the social, or the economic situation as well, and how they can help to make some sense of the particular modes of affect that they mobilize.
If we look at what is really at stake in migration politics, what is really at stake rather than what is being mediatized, how does that then come into play if we think about automated surveillance and automated execution of surveillance and also laws of borders, externalized execution of these borders through automated surveillance that's then sort of powered by algorithms trained through machine learning?
The overarching question of our research and collaboration is the way in which borders are changing. They're no longer just physical entities that separate between sovereign states, but they're increasingly becoming digital. This attempt to disentangle all the technological dynamics as well as the human agents as well that are involved in the management of migration, and also the way in which the EU is actually outsourcing its border control to third countries. So it was mainly about looking at the changing nature of borders and how technology is affecting those changes.